Hi there. 100 big ones. Isn't that title self-explanatory? Probably not. Well, it actually references this channel. This video is the 100th video on this channel. It's not 100 actually, because a lot of the stuff that I've uploaded here is unlisted right now, so I checked the right amount for videos only. There's a lot of live streams as well, but pure videos 307. I'm gonna give a little sort of history of the channel and about the future of this channel, little summary as well, what's coming up, and also I have, before you check out, I have a little package. It has some Beach Boys related stuff, so I'm gonna show it to you at the end. This channel is quite old. I'm sort of an old school YouTuber. You might not realize that, because this channel has only in the past recent few years kind of found its footing and its niche. First of all, English is not my first language, you might have realized that. Originally this channel was sort of a gaming, well, YouTube channels in the early times, around 2000, when YouTube came around 2005, and this channel is from 2006, and I uploaded my first video in 2007. Around that time there wasn't this sort of niche channels. YouTubing was just this random thing. You uploaded what you got, and I uploaded gaming videos, and somebody actually recently commented on one of those early Grand Theft Auto videos that they remember that video, and that's seriously, it's like 15 years old video. They remember it from those times, and now they found me again through Beach Boys content, which is crazy to me anyway. But you know, greetings for you, the one who remembered that one video. I've done videos here in Finnish, and the name of this channel has changed throughout the years. So why did I choose to talk about the Beach Boys over here? Well, the answer is quite simple. When I started to do these videos first, I think there was only 1 or 2 channels that were doing Beach Boys related videos, and same time I saw dozens of channels talking about the Beatles, for example, which is a great group as well. But I felt that the Beach Boys was maybe a little bit underappreciated as well, but kind of underexposed when it came to just the exposure online. And that was one of the main things why I chose to mainly talk about the Beach Boys over here. But one other, and probably the main thing for me, is my personal reason, which is the fact that I've never ever met in my whole life anybody who even knows the Beach Boys really. Not even my parents, not the older generations, none of my peer, you know, the people at my age, they don't know about the Beach Boys here. They are just not that well known, which is a shame, and that means that I've never had anybody to talk about, you know, the Beach Boys with. And that's a huge bummer to me, because I love talking about them, and I love to talk about the things that I really like. And the Beach Boys being one of the biggest of those, one of the biggest or most important cultural things, or you know, art things that I love. I love art in general, movies, films, shows, and you know, whatever, museums. I love all of it. Music being one of the most important and personal things to me, I feel, but mediums wise. But anyway, so when I started to do these videos, I realized that there are a lot of other people who love the Beach Boys as well, and like to listen to me talking about them. And I feel that I get a lot of your comments. I really enjoy reading them, even though I always don't have the time to answer the longest answers, you know, and write back, because I'm just not that good with typing these days. But I read each and, you know, every comment that I get, and I appreciate all of them. I really enjoy reading the Beach Boys related stuff and your stories, because I feel that I'm a young fan, and I see from my statistics that a lot of the people who watch my videos are a lot older, which means that you have been fans most likely a lot longer, probably decades longer than I have. And I really appreciate that knowledge that you guys have, and I really enjoy reading your comments and your stories and so on. So that's like one of probably the biggest reason why I ended up changing the name of this channel to Sound of Free and starting sort of to concentrate just more on the Beach Boys stuff, because I feel that this output is something that I don't have in my personal life. I actually want to tell you a small funny story before I go into the envelope over here. Actually, two stories from real life. This one time I remember telling to a co-worker, she asked me actually, what is your favorite song of all time? Or what do you think is the best song of all time? Something like that. And I thought about it a little while, and then I said, Good Vibrations by the Beach Boys, and she laughed at my face. It rang a bell, so she probably like knew the song, but we didn't really go into that, but she really just like laughed. She either thought that I was insane or that I was joking. I should have answered probably something from the 90s or like Nirvana or something, I don't know. But that's really like the consensus that I see in my life. Like people, either they just haven't even heard of them, or it rings a bell, they maybe know like, you know, Good Vibrations or Kokomo or Barbara Ann, but that's it. Like nobody, there's one time somebody asked about great composers, and then I listed your, you know, traditional, you know, rock pop musicians, you know, like Paul McCartney, Bob Dylan maybe, Brian Wilson, and this guy was like, who's Brian Wilson? I've never heard of him. So that's seriously the case in here in my life. I never meet anybody who has even heard of them, or Brian Wilson. You know, nobody knows of them. It's weird. It's very different. It's very different from, you know, country to country. I believe in Scandinavian countries the Beach Boys are more well known than here. In Finland, for some reason, the Beach Boys never really was a thing on the radio and so on. But anyway, I wanted to just mention about the history of this channel. Also, the fact that I have actually several YouTube channels, but I feel that this is for me probably the most fun to me. I really like this channel probably the most because it's easygoing. I always love doing these videos, and I like how it's the oldest one that I have. So it's a time capsule in a way, because it shows, if you look through my videos, you can see at least 5 different homes that I've lived in throughout this almost 20 years that I've done these videos on this channel. So it's crazy how fast time flies by. And you can see my dogs, and the English Bulldog passed away a year ago. So they are on a few of my videos, and one of the videos actually is a fun one because they are listening to the album Pet Sounds. And I really like that video. If you haven't seen that, go and check it out, it's quite funny. And I filmed their reaction to the end of the album. But anyway, what's coming up on this channel? Well, starting right from here, I'm going to collect more of the Beach Boys stuff, because in 2023 I realized that my collection, even though it's semi good when it comes to these studio albums, I pretty much have, I guess, all of them. I think I have all of them either on vinyl or CD, because obviously Summer in Paradise was it only has that Korean release. I'm not gonna spend $2,000 for Summer in Paradise vinyl, so that I don't have on vinyl. But I mainly concentrate on vinyl stuff because I just really enjoy those big covers and cover art, and listening to that vinyl record it's a very different experience from listening to CDs. Though I still sometimes collect CDs too, so I'm not like downplaying that. But anyway, vinyl is for me the main thing. So I have most of this, actually all of these studio albums I have had. The Christmas album was the last one that I got last year. But you know, all of the other stuff I have, but then there's a lot of, I'm not into collecting compilations that much, especially the greatest hits stuff, not really into that. But there are some greatest hits and compilation things that I do want to get still. I don't have the Good Vibrations CD set, I don't have Pet Sound Sessions, And I didn't buy Made in California when it was released because I felt that it was a cash grab thing, that I just hated the artwork. And I had already around the time purchased most of the studio albums, and I had some of the greatest hits like Endless Summer and stuff. So I just felt that it was a complete cash grab. But now it's been over 10 years since the release of that one, and I've realized that it actually did. I've listened to it a lot on streaming, but I really enjoy a lot of those mixes actually that it has, and I've realized that there's probably not going to be any other release to include some of those songs, like My Love Lives On, for example. There's great Dennis stuff on it, and so on, you know, these little things that you don't find anywhere else really. And I really love the mix of Lady Falling in Love on that set, so that's one that I want to get. Then there is what else? Made in USA, that old school greatest hits compilation that has California Dreamin', I believe, and Rock and Roll to the Rescue, and you don't find those anywhere else really. So especially Rock and Roll to the Rescue, I would love to have it on vinyl. I don't have a single copy of the whole song, damn it, and I love that song. So you know, there's a lot of different things, and then there are the side projects, and I want to start collecting them more. I have the Flame album produced by Carl Wilson, and I have most of the solo stuff by each member, but I don't have, for example, Bruce Johnston's solo album, the Going Public one. I don't have the early albums that he did with Terry Melcher. I would love to have those, but I believe those are pretty hard to find. I don't have, well, I have all Brian's solo albums on CD or vinyl, but I would love to have Smile, for example, on vinyl, Brian Wilson's version. I Just Wasn't Made for These Times soundtrack. Imagination has never been released on vinyl, so I'm hoping that it gets a re-release someday soon. And by the way, about that, 2024 is the 20th anniversary of Brian Wilson Presents Smile, so I'm pretty sure there's gonna be something special concerning that this year. Mark London hinted, he's a good friend of Brian's, and he's done artwork for Brian, so he hinted on his Instagram page actually recently that something is coming up concerning the Smile thing, you know. So whatever it is, I'm hoping for a vinyl re-release, because those prices for that album are kind of high, so I'm not that interested in paying $100 for one single LP. But, you know, I'm keeping my thumbs up. Maybe something will happen and come out this year. You know, there are some things here and there that I'm still lacking and searching. Some other compilations probably too. But, let's see if I had anything else. Well, in my notes. Anyway, I wanted to, before I go into the envelope over here, I wanted to just give a quick shout out to some other Beach Boys related content creators on YouTube, because I'm not a good, I always encourage people to write comments, but I don't follow that. I'm very bad at writing comments for a few reasons. One of them is that I like to watch videos on this TV that you see next to me, and with that you really can't write comments. It's a mess. So I always forget to write comments, but I usually leave the thumbs up anyway if I like the video. But there are a few other channels that I've been enjoying, and it's been so nice to see during this past few years, probably starting around the time. Oh, sorry, I shouldn't say that word. I think YouTube blocks this video now. Okay, I'm gonna censor that. Around that time and after, there has been new channels coming up doing Beach Boys content, and I'm loving it. I think it's great because there's been demand and lack of content, so I really like that. But anyway, just a few channels that I've been enjoying, so I just want to give a shout out to them. You probably know them already, but Gigan's Vicara, I guess is how you pronounce it, in my Beach Boys Room podcast, which you know, greetings for Matthew and Adam. I've been really enjoying those. Actually, I think I finished the last one that I hadn't seen. I found this channel just a few weeks back and around Christmas time, and I sort of binge watched all of them, and I really enjoyed those discussions, and you know, so you know, big shout out for them. Beach Boys Basement with Huey Lewis, that's a joke. It's actually Steve Lewis, but he seems like a humorous guy, you know, a guy with a great sense of humor, so he probably gets it if he sees this. Anyway, he's like a teacher of pop music. He knows everything. He has everything. So it's great to watch his videos when he talks about the Beach Boys, because he truly knows his stuff. So, you know, highly recommend that. And he's also a fun guy. He did this parody of a Beach Boys TV movie thing with wigs and fake beards, I guess. And he was super funny. And Beach Boys Talk, also a really fun podcast with great guests. But that's pretty much it. There's some more too, but those, I think those are the main ones that I've been watching for the past few years. And Giggins obviously has been doing those videos for a long time, so his channel I've known for probably 10 years or so. But let's now open up the envelope over the mysterious envelope over here. I think I already said that it has some Beach Boys related stuff, but first one over here is the Sail on Sailor 2 CD version. I already have it on vinyl and the big CD box set. I originally only bought the CD set because that's obviously the one that you want to get. It has all the tracks. The vinyl set was sort of a rip-off, but I bought it because it was like minus 50% on sale. But this one this was on sale too, so it cost like 5 or 6 euros, I think, and I was like, I'm gonna get it, whatever, because I like to listen to on car CDs, and I don't have official versions on CD of neither Call and the Passions or Holland, so I'm going to love to, you know, just listen to this while driving. And it has some cool unreleased things as well, like We Got Love and Carry Me Home and Hard Time, which are some of my all-time favorite Beach Boys songs, released or unreleased. And it's crazy to have an official CD of Holland and Call and the Passions, including Carry Me Home, for example, without the coughing that was on the bootleg version. So it feels so weird to have this in my hand, because a few years back I would have never even dared to dream of this because it seemed so impossible. But now even the hype sticker says includes original Mount Vernon and Fairway EP from Holland. Like that's some sort of, it is a great thing, but it seems so weird to have a hype sticker hyping Mount Vernon and Fairway, because it was such an unknown thing. So it feels so weird. But anyway, I'm loving this, and yeah, I'm gonna open it up and listen to it. Then I got, and I'm super excited about this because I didn't have this. This is the Brian Wilson Presents Pet Sounds live in London 2002, Royal Festival Hall show. This is from the early days of Brian doing solo shows. I guess it's like the third or fourth year that he did those, and it's super interesting because Andy Paley is here on percussion and guitar as well. And I think there's a video version of this show, I'm not sure. I think there is. I don't have that, but if there is, I have seen it on YouTube. But anyway, I'm gonna love listening to this. I know Brian sings a little bit differently over here than how they used to sing it on the later tours that he did starting from 2016, but I saw him perform Pet Sounds like 4 or 5 times in 2016 or 17, and I loved each and every of those shows. So I know I'm gonna love listening to this as well, because it's the closest that I get to experience that back home with good audio quality, you know. Because you got the Brian Wilson band over here, and Brian's older vocal style, which is very different from the original album. But anyway, I'm gonna love this, so I'm very excited about that one. And then I have one more thing over here, and this is the infamous, I should say, Sounds of Summer re-release of, was it last year or 2022? 2022, I think, maybe. I'm not sure. Anyway. Well, what can I say about this? If you remember, I was highly critical of this. It came out with a huge box set as well. I didn't buy it because I listened the whole thing on streaming platforms, and I found pretty much all of the new mixes and remasters to, all the new stuff that I just found them unlistenable, just horrible to my ears. And I did videos about that. If you want to know why and what I didn't like and stuff like that, I did full-on videos of that. I think several. So I didn't want to spend like 200, 300 euros on it, but this cost like 6 euros. It was on sale and it has 3 CDs. It has like all the main things. And I thought, what the heck, I don't have the previous Sounds of Summer set. I once bought it to a friend of mine, but I never had one myself. So I was like, what the heck, I can now listen this while I'm driving. And I'm gonna give a new chance at the new mixes too. I'm not that excited about listening to, for example, Let Us Go On This Way again with the 2021 mix. But I'm gonna try. I'm gonna give it a new try, and it is really great to have songs like Devoted to You, California Feeling, songs that I don't even have anywhere else, officially at least, because I didn't get the Made in California, and I know these have been released on other things, but I don't have those other compilations previously. So it's just great to have them. It's great to have Where I Belong over here with Time to Get Alone. So much great deep cuts. So it's a great compilation album for sort of chill out or a casual listener or whatever, just driving around. But yeah, I'm gonna give a new try for the mixes, but yeah, whatever, and I can't wait to open this up because it looks beautiful. And I really like the cover art and all. But that's it. These are the most recent things that I've picked up. And next, I have on my shopping list some of the Brian Wilson. I'm not sure which I'm gonna get first. Some of the Brian Wilson solo albums on vinyl that I don't yet have, for example, Getting In Over My Head, which is pretty high on my list because you can't listen to that stuff really anywhere. I only have one CD of it, and if that CD gets a scratch, I can't even listen to those songs anywhere because it's not on streaming. And I really like a lot of those songs on it. So I would like to have that on vinyl, for example. Or am I going to get some, for example, Pet Sound Sessions? That's a no-brainer. I really should have it. I love the contents of it. I've listened to it on streaming, but I never got it. So, there are a few things that I'm sort of having my eye on right now, but I'm not sure which I'm gonna get next. Well, anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you enjoy the upcoming videos as well. Keep it up. Thumbs up if you liked it, and see you on the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.